Hi, and welcome to our new podcast, Two Girls from Brum. My name's Alice Deering.
And I'm Penny, and this is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything.
Yeah, whether it's culture, fashion, beauty, identity, or even what outfits wear at the airport, we have an opinion which we want to voice.
And today we are actually talking about airports, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
That's today's topic.
Yeah, we're jetting off to, I don't know where, but we're jetting off. Benidorm. Apparently it's really expensive there now.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I guess like Brits abroad is always going to bring the price up.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, we have to do our first fit check. So today, probably the simplest one we've done so far. What is your outfit airport outfit? What is your airport outfit?
Oh, I've had a stroke.
Yeah, oh my God, I had a hot sec there.
No.
What are you wearing? And why?
I've got this, quarter zip, 3/4 zip, third zip. I don't know what the name of them is.
3/4, yeah.
From Vinted. I don't know where it's from. And then these leggings are Tala, which, by the way, I love Tala leggings, but you need a really good lint roller.
Oh.
Because they always have stuff stuck to them.
Yeah, the fabric just attracts.
Yeah, all the time.
Ooh.
And then these trainers are just Nikes.
Nice.
I don't know what Nikes they are.
No, fair. I'm so bad at knowing trainer types.
They're trainers, you know?
Yeah, they're trainers. They're sneakers.
How about you?
Matching Nike tracksuit, I guess. It's so comfy.
It looks comfy.
And then a vest top because I sweat quite a lot on planes, so I like to have a vest top. So I'm like, yeah, as you can imagine. And trainers, of course. I would ideally travel in slides, if I'm being completely honest. But there's also something unsettling about traveling in slides. Does that make sense? I don't feel like when I put.
Would you do a slide with a sock or without?
I think it'd have to be with a sock.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. I'm kind of like, I don't know. There's something unsettling about it. I'm just like, I'd rather be able to have my toes closed when I need them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I get what you mean. I get funny about people taking their shoes off. So I think having an open toe on a plane is you're just approaching that barrier of this isn't okay. Do you know what I mean? I think if you're returning from your holiday, fine. If you're going on holiday, weird. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. That's why I've always never done it. I'm always like, where does this sit? You see people with sliders on planes all the time. But I'm even thinking, just going to the bathroom, I'm like, I want my toes covered in the bathroom.
That's a good point, actually. True. Should we do a game of this or that?
Yes, please. Let's do it.
And this is the most obvious one for the airport.
Of
this
course.
Or that. Are you doing a window seat or an aisle seat?
Okay, so short haul, window.
Really?
Yeah, long haul aisle, I think. Depends who you're travelling with.
That's really, I would do the opposite for long haul and short haul, yeah. Because in my head, I'm like, short haul, I want to get off the plane as fast as I can, so I want to be on the aisle.
Okay.
Long haul, I'm already on it for a long time anyway, and may as well just be by the window. Also, I feel like by the window, you've got extra leg room.
I'm always scared of not being able to get up if I need to get up to wee, but I would prefer window. I'd prefer window the whole way. But when I'm long haul, I'd be like, what if I need a wee and then the person's asleep? What do I do then?
Wake them up.
Just wake them up and be like,
just
sorry.
Wait on them. I'm joking.
Oh God.
I'm joking. But actually, I would always choose window seat.
I think I'd always pick window,
but I would be okay with an aisle seat on a short haul. I wouldn't want it on a long haul.
No one's picking middle. Actually, I will say, whenever I travel with my partner, Rob, I'm basically always in the middle now. So what we'll do is, if we're going long haul, I'll you will sit in the middle. So do you know it goes 3 aisle, 4 aisle, 3? Do you know what I mean? You've got the bulk of 4 in the middle.
Right, I've never been on one of those planes. I'm not rich enough, but carry on.
You got the bulk of 4 in the middle, right? And he'll take the aisle and then I'll take the middle one.
Got you.
So we can just lean on each other. Then we don't have to let anybody else out and we can have our own space. And we won the lottery last time we flew like that because the seat next to me was empty. So we were basically in premium economy at that point.
Nice. No.
But talking of just traveling and everything, I think we both love traveling. And I think that's why this is just a topic for us to speak about.
Also, I just find other people, when they're on holiday, hilarious. I find it so interesting. Not even just, in airports are an interesting situation in general, but I just feel the different types of holidays that people enjoy and, what kind of person someone is on holiday is really interesting as well.
It's so true. It says a lot about a person.
Yeah.
like what kind of holiday you go on. So I'm going to be upfront about this. We went to a holiday. I've been to Dubai a couple of times. My dad used to live there, so I'd go and visit him. But me and Rob went as like together to not visit my dad, and we stayed at a hotel that's kind of renowned for being like party vibes, and we hated it. And I was like, we tried it because we were like, let's give it a go and see if we actually are being very unfair to the party lifestyle. And we went there and we were like, this is trashy.
What about it didn't you like?
Do you know when it's just not your people? Do you know you go to a hotel and you're like, these actually aren't my people?
Yeah.
And they're a type of person, but they're not my people. And that's fine. And it was part of that. Rob got his trainers stolen, actually, which is kind of crazy. Like, it is our own fault. He had 2 pairs of shoes. He's changed into his sliders, left his trainers. We went to breakfast. And we didn't realise until we were leaving that he had left his trainers. So this had happened 5 days ago. But no one had ever handed them in. And in Dubai... woohoo, stealing gets you in trouble. So I was kind of like, someone would have handed these in, but no, they got nicked. They were like £200 trainers as well. Like,
As if.
yeah.
Also, not being funny, why would you steal trainers?
In it, I thought that
Do better.
They were like basically new, but still I completely
weird.
agree. It's dirty. That is dirty. Like,
trainers wouldn't be the one thing that I'd be like,
yeah, let me get those. No, and they weren't handed in. So my hope is that they went to someone who worked there, who probably needed the money, but it probably went to another patron of the hotel. And yeah, so it's one of those things I've realised, like, I don't know why I've gone onto this, sorry. I just realised with travelling, it is very specific and it's very individual to you. And hotels and, like, you're so right about airports. Airports are a weird place.
They're so... Also, I would say Birmingham Airport, the whitest place in Birmingham.
Weird,
that on the German market. Weird, isn't it?
It's so weird. Like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah, like...
We're not in Birmingham anymore.
No.
We're in Solihull.
It's actually in Sutton Coldfield and Coventry. Like, it is mad.
I always think this.
Like, yeah, Birmingham Centre, very diverse, very cultural, but then it just suddenly doesn't feel the same at Birmingham Airport. It's just a different... Yeah,
I think it's probably just the locations that people go to are completely different.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, because Birmingham Airport, it flies to Dubai, so I guess you could link to other places, but you can't get direct to, like, India, Pakistan, or anywhere in Africa. So
yeah. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? I think you see more diversity in summer when families are going and like they're doing the package holidays to like wherever. But apart from that, most of the time, God, rubbing elbows with skinheads. Do you know what I mean?
They were going through it at Birmingham Airport recently too, weren't they? Like last summer.
I managed to dodge all of it though.
I heard the queues were crazy.
Yeah, I didn't end up having to wait in any long queues. But yeah, I love an airport, and I'd find it very difficult to not do an airport lounge.
Girl, I get it. I do get it. Because you get the free food. Or
It's
like
just so
food
much
included,
easier.
sorry.
You don't have to worry about not getting a seat either. Like, I think if I'm travelling alone, then no. But if I'm in a group, I'd always suggest let's just get.
And they've got it's always worth it because you pay. Sometimes you can pay like £10 entry if you get it right. You can get a good deal, and that's what you would spend on a couple drinks, or like literally like a Coke and a water.
Unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited like drink, food. The food's like it's okay
fine.
quality. Like it's like school dinners. Like it's fine. Like you get what you get for £10 as well.
Exactly. I think it's worth it. I
always think airports bring out like a weird energy in people. Like they're so unique in the sense of, for example, like security. What is going on at like the security belt?
Why aren't you ready?
Why aren't you ready? Like, it can't be that long to take out an iPad and your liquids.
I just think. I mean, obviously some people genuinely have never been on a flight before, and I'll make allowances for that. But if you're someone who is like a seasoned traveller, why are you waiting until the last minute to sort your stuff out?
Yeah, no, you should be.
I want to be the most efficient person.
Me too, that's my
almost
aim.
want a badge of honour when I go through. I'm like, I've not got anything metal or something's going to flash on me.
I've patted myself. I've checked my pockets.
Yeah, exactly. If there's nothing, I walk through.
I honestly, the badge of honour is so true.
Yeah.
I want them to be like, she was the best through security today. Like, oh, your security gold star. I actually really need that from. I need that like validation.
Yeah, that's what I would love. Also, one thing again that I've very briefly discussed with you: men in belts. Why are you taking them off with such a vim at airport security? almost as if you want everyone to hear that you've taken your belt off. Also, why are you wearing a belt to the airport? Unless you come straight from like a business situation, you've been at work. Why are you wearing a belt to the airport?
I can't lie, Rob wears a belt to the airport, but he likes to be in jeans. That man likes to travel in jeans. Honestly. It is weird. I'm like, he's like,
Wear your joggers, wear shorts, something.
Yeah. To be fair, I think he'd pick shorts. To be fair, he's normally in shorts. But yeah, you're right. Like
I can hear it now. It makes me feel so uncomfortable.
walking around.
I hate it.
I hate having
Also,
to take
God
my
forbid
shoes
you're
off.
caught short and you've got a baggy pair of trousers on. Where they
Yeah,
go?
they might just have to hold him. Like,
No.
I hate having to take my shoes off. Do you know?
I've only had to do that once, I think.
Yeah, I've done it like a couple times. I'm like tiptoeing.
You gotta wear good
through.
socks. Gotta wear good socks to the airport. Good pants if you're a man.
Just in case you're unsure.
Just in case.
I low-key, I always try to avoid families at the security belt, I can't lie. If I see a
Yeah.
family in front of me, I'm like, hey, I'm going to the next one, because it's just
Yeah.
going to take longer, you got kids.
Yeah, it's true
You
though.
gotta carry them
But I
through
feel
the
like
pram.
luckily now, like I'm rarely travelling in school holidays.
That's true. Oh
I
my gosh,
really
yeah,
feel
no.
for teachers. I feel for them so
The
much.
prices.
Prices, but also you can't get away from kids.
Oh my god, that's so true. I've never thought
You
of
can't
that.
get away from them.
I've never looked at it like that. Yeah, you just like,
You're on you have got to go and be in the same space when you're on holiday with them.
and at work.
Yeah.
Nah.
You can't escape it. That's why you go on
Good
adults
luck.
only holidays. Highly recommend adult only hotels.
Yes. Yeah, we went to an adult-only resort recently. Someone messaged me on Instagram being like, is this a family-friendly place? And I was just like, I didn't reply, but I was like, if you look this up, the first thing it says is adult-only resort. And I'm kind of like, you haven't done
So
any
much better.
research.
So
They're so
much more
much
relaxed.
better, yeah.
Oh, love it. But also when it comes to flights, I always find that the type of people are very different. So a lot of the flights, because if you don't know this, but I used to work in Italy like pretty much every summer, or Slovenia.
Yeah.
And the type of person is very different to what you get on like a package holiday. Type of flight. Yeah, I find it so
okay.
interesting. I'll be honest, Italian faffing is next level. And they take ages to part their asses down on the flight. They do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I can't even go into detail about Italian faffing. Like, it takes them 30 minutes to leave the house and being dead
just
serious.
sorting stuff out.
And
just
they're
organising.
exactly the same when it comes to, like, flying. It's just like, sit down, like,
Yeah, you
why-
can sort it out in a sec.
get in, sit.
Yeah. I also want a badge of honour for that as well, like being
Yeah.
like the quickest to sit down. Do you know when you're queuing to get on the plane, I'll be sorting out, I want my headphones, I want my
Yeah.
Kindle, so I can put my bag up and just go in and sit.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm by myself.
Feel it. But yeah, the faffing around on aeroplanes annoys me. And then also the people who like get up to go to the toilet every 5 minutes. What if you
can
What's going on?
Yeah. That must be rough though. Do you know if you've got like a bladder like issue?
If you've got
of
a bladder
some
issue, that's
kind,
different. But I
like-
feel like some people, like
I think some people just like getting up.
you're on a
Do you know if they're
you're on a
restless?
2-hour flight.
Yeah, no.
How many people need to go to the toilet in the space of 2 hours? I don't understand it. Me and Mum say the same thing all the time. Like, God, Jesus
Yeah, sometimes
Christ.
there's queues and stuff. I'm always like, I'll wee before I get on the plane. Or what flight I was on most recently coming back from Paris, I was like, just went into the bathroom whilst I got on the plane, whilst
Yeah.
everyone was queuing down, because I was like, I'm sat at a window as well. It's a half an hour flight, but I don't want to need the toilet, so let me go
Yeah.
now. Like, just sort it. Just
Yeah.
sort it.
I don't-
Long haul though, do you know, in terms of like putting your seat back? How would you? Yeah, I guess this is good.
flight.
Oh, fair. Really? What's the first? Have you been to Turkey, right?
5 hours.
Or Cyprus. That's Cyprus. Fair. Putting your seat back is like a.
Shouldn't you just check with the person that's behind you?
My policy is if the person behind me's done it, I'll do it.
Fair. Yeah, yeah.
That's because if I've seen they've done it.
Bother them more.
Exactly. But I think it was when I flew to Japan one time, no one put their seat back because the politeness of Japanese people is like, you don't put your seat back. And so like, you just kind of have to like make do, like.
I'll just be uncomfortable, it's fine.
For 16 hours.
Oh. I think I struggle with long haul flight, you know.
Honestly.
I think the longest I would do is like a 10.
I don't blame you. They're grim. They're properly grim. And like, you're just stuck in this cabin with people, with so many people, and you're really packed in. Like, the leg room's not great. It's rough. But If
But
I get,
when you get there.
you got to do what you got to do if you want to get to somewhere that's far away, innit? So
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I had to talk about with this topic.
I want to talk about the baggage claim for a hot sec.
Go on.
Why are airports the most secure places that you'll travel through? Like day-to-day normal people, if you don't have a job in MI5 or the police or something, it's one of the most secure places you'll travel through, right?
But you...
Thank you.
That's such a good point.
It doesn't make sense.
No,
Why
it
is it
doesn't.
suddenly a free-for-all at the baggage claim? Honestly, I've never heard...
I've never thought about that.
I've never heard of someone having their bag stolen off baggage claim, right? Never heard of it. Not as far as I'm aware. And mistakes happen, people pick up the wrong bags. They're normally returned.
Yeah.
Why is it all of a sudden everybody in society is the most angelic people?
Also, your bag could be going around for ages before you even got to it.
Exactly.
And
That's
it's
my
still
point.
there.
Yeah. It still just stays there. I've been there before. I've like getting dragged through things, you know, like it's been a long process and you come and your bag's still going round and I'm like, this is a really interesting concept. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know people have had their bags stolen. That will happen.
And
But
the thing is, the airports would be like, make sure you keep hold of your belongings because we're not responsible for them. On a fucking conveyor belt.
yeah, it's like literally on a conveyor belt. I don't know if there's any other way of doing it, right?
Oh, I'm just going to take a sip of water.
I'll cut this out.
You can leave it in if you want.
No, just because I put. That's bizarre. And
It is
then
really strange.
I've kind of heard horror stories of people on planes having the wrong bags picked up. So my agent, his brother's bag was picked up by someone else,
They
and they
said
were
that
connecting
before as well.
flight, and then they missed their flight connection
shit.
because it wasn't his bag, and he was like, "Well, I need my bag back." So stuff like that be scaring me. Also, one time I was on a flight. It was connecting from like it was a connection flight in Thailand, and I had a woman staring at me on the flight, like. I think it's because I'm black, and I don't think she'd seen a black person before.
Yeah.
And I looked over at her, and she looked terrified. I was like,
God.
"This isn't real."
No, I've not had anything like that before. I've had like
Yeah.
the annoying people like next to me have their like Netflix on out loud, which is crazy.
That.
But I was so fed up. I was so glad to be on that flight. I was just like, I don't care.
Oh, really? Was
do
you
what you
trying to get
want.
back home? Like,
Yeah, like I'd
Tough
had
journey.
massive delays in Italy, which is always the case. I was like, I'm just glad to be on the flight.
yeah,
get me home.
I don't care at this point.
And then me and my mum went to Morocco a couple of years ago, and one woman was having a go at this family for the baby crying. I was like, they can't help the fact that the baby's
Oh,
crying.
come
Like,
on,
now.
man.
And we'd literally just got on the flight, and she was already complaining. And she was like, I want to get off.
What?
Oh, she was like, I want to get off. And there was a group of girls behind her who were like, thank God. They were like, she wants to get off, she wants to get off. Get her off, get her off.
Like, get her out.
And
Was
they
it- had
did
the
eventually.
doors
I think they were, I
closed?
think maybe they were just moved to the front of the plane or something. I don't remember.
Oh my God.
But that was one thing. And then another thing was they'd asked for like medical assistance. I was like,
Jesus.
I can't. And that was on a package holiday flight. So that's when I say they're very different vibes. I'm like, I can't. I'd rather get on a Ryanair to a city.
I've actually got a flight story.
Go on.
We were flying business class, thankfully. Like we had like saved up for it, having a great holiday, and we were sat on the tarmac for maybe 30 to 40 minutes, like delayed. And obviously we were chilling, we're having our champagne, it's fine. We got chatting to the flight attendants, like during the flight, and he was like, "Do you know why we were delayed?" And I was like, "No, please tell me." Apparently someone in economy stank, and they were like basically begging the guy to get off of the flight, and he was refusing to get off the flight. And I was like, how bad was
What,
it?
like medically bad?
I don't know. I honestly
Who was
don't
begging
know.
him to get off there?
I think a passenger had probably complained, and then the staff were probably like, "This is actually too bad for us to fly the plane with you on the plane." Yeah, and we were sat there like, no way. But yeah, apparently like this guy like reeked, and so it delayed the flight, like them trying to convince him to get off. I won't say which
my
airline,
God.
but
That's crazy.
it was crazy. We were sat there like, this cannot be real.
Also, what do you tell people who've been kicked off a flight? They were like, why? I'm just a bit whiffy.
Just imagine.
Like, what are you supposed to tell people?
I don't know.
I mean,
It's
maybe
crazy.
don't do it. Maybe don't smell in the first place. But
Yeah, well, this is the thing, right? It must have been medical. You're right. It
It's
must have
gotta
been
be.
like that. At that point, you need
Yeah.
medical assistance to
Yeah.
stop you from smelling that bad. But like, how embarrassing! And like, I can't imagine how
Massive.
bad the cabin would have smelled because I'm imagining it was like a body odor smell.
yeah.
That doesn't just disappear. Like,
Yeah, I think I was talking to Daisy because she flies between here and Germany quite a lot, and I think she'd had someone die on. I don't know if someone died on her flight or they were carrying a body bag or something crazy had
wow.
happened. Yeah,
that is crazy.
imagine being on the flight knowing that.
But they do have
apparently-
like coffins
Did you see
on them.
recently that? I swear, recently there was news of someone dying on the flight and then passengers having to sit next to the dead person on the flight.
I think that was when
guess-
they had bad turbulence and a guy had a heart attack and he died in his seat next to his wife. Honestly, so grisly, like terrifying. It's like cruise ships as well. Cruise ships have like morgues on them, like
Oh my God.
because
What do you do?
just to store dead bodies, basically. Like,
Oh my
It
God,
freezes
it's
to
so
store
bad.
them.
It's so
It's-
bad. Also, how many plane crashes there have been recently? It's
girl, yeah, no,
There's been like 4 since January.
yeah, and they're mostly in America though, right? Because
Yeah.
they've been changing
Probably
stuff.
deliberate. They've been changing the stuff, getting rid of everyone who's gay.
And black. So honestly, like, oh
Oh my God, I would love for that. No offense. No, I wouldn't. I'm joking. I don't want people to die. But like, I would love for there to be like a real like reduction in quality of flying if they did actually get rid of everyone who was gay and black.
That's the kind of what's happened, isn't it? Like they're going through like doing all these like changes to their EDI like policies, and it suddenly equated to more plane crashes happening or serious air accidents. Like some of these planes like crashing into each other mid-flight. It's terrifying. It's so scary. It is still the safest form of transport, even after all of that. It's still statistically the safest form of transport by a long way.
Yeah.
Helicopter, I'm never getting in a helicopter. If you see me in a helicopter, I'm no longer Alice Deering. Because they're like, those are scary. Because apparently, like, if something goes wrong in a helicopter, there's nothing to fix it. Whereas for example, if a plane engine goes out, you have
got
3 other
another one,
engines,
yeah.
or at least 2 to like, or at least 1, sorry, to like sort it out.
Yeah.
But a helicopter, if one thing goes wrong, that's kind of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't.
don't like the sound of that.
No, I'm sorry we got to turn so dark, but we probably need to wrap up now anyway. But if there's one thing about airports or air travel that you could change, I know mine.
Go on, you do yours first. I'm still thinking.
I would always fly first class.
Oh,
I mean,
wouldn't
I need to be
everyone?
rich. Yeah, that's such an easy one, but like. So I've been fortunate enough. I flew first class to Sydney. Honestly, like it was like I had like a dodgy night's sleep in terms of I still got like 6 full hours of like sleep, laid down flat. I was sat opposite Rob having dinner with him on a plane. Like it honestly, the jump is insane. I'd say the jump from business to first isn't like huge, but from economy to business, like I cannot fathom it. And obviously it's reflected in the price, right? The prices are more than twice normally. So yeah, I'd always fly first class. That sounds like so stuck up, but I mean, who wouldn't, right? Let's be
Yeah.
honest, who wouldn't?
The thing that I would change is I don't have to pay for suitcases.
Go! Okay, so we're going on my hen do soon, right?
Yeah.
Why was it £70 to take
It's
a
crazy.
suitcase? 70 British pounds.
The suitcases cost more than the flight always.
Yeah.
Well, not always, but
No,
a lot of the time.
pretty much all the time now they do.
If you're doing like a short haul to like Spain, it will. I just think it's crazy.
And do you know what annoys me sometimes? They don't check if you've actually bought a suitcase. So, as in, like, they don't check if you've paid for a suitcase. I've seen it quite a lot where I bet you could just turn up with a suitcase and they won't actually check if you've got, like, speedy boarding with EasyJet or whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't risk it.
No, I wouldn't risk it.
But then I wonder, because you know when you do your ticket, I always, your boarding pass even, and I always
yeah,
wonder
of
if it's
course.
linked and they would
It
know.
obviously does, yeah. Because with EasyJet, yeah, you're so right. Because I think it comes with speedy boarding with EasyJet normally, if you buy a suitcase, so you can get on the plane
Yeah.
fast. Also, that's one thing I would change. I absolutely hate that if I have a suitcase and I'm boarding a flight, that I'm going to have to be, like, rushing to be first in the queue. Because
I just
I'm
hate the whole
terrified.
queuing at the gate thing in general. Why are you queuing now?
Trust me,
When
it's
you can't
embarrassing.
even get down the stairs to go outside.
I
onto
can't
the
lie.
flight, yeah.
I'm one of those people who queues because I want to be able to get my suitcase up and not have to put it in hold.
That makes sense for short haul, yeah.
Yeah, that's what terrifies me. And it is embarrassing. I don't want to be one of those people. But yeah, here I am, being third in the queue. It's actually embarrassing. I'm like, please don't look at me. Like, this isn't normally me. I'm normally like trying to be last on the plane, but I'm terrified of not getting my suitcase on the flight because I'm not waiting for it on the other side. I want to get off the plane and go.
Yeah, from your window seat. Which makes no sense.
It's so true. I always pick a window seat in the middle as well, and then I've got like. I know, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like this dumb girl. It'd be two dumb bitches.
Saying exactly.
Anyway, we've been two girls from Brum.
Yeah. We have. And thank you for listening to our episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.